Greymon, a fan favorite Digimon of many, including ourselves.
Which ones do we rank the highest of the high?
Today, you're in for a DigiGoons treat. This is our very first top 10.
Our rankings are not going to be based on power or anything like that. It's all going to be about aesthetics, looks, and how cool we think they are.
Yep, here at DigiGoons, our top 10s are all about that sweet, sweet design and cool factor.
Exactly. Now let's get into our very first top 10.
Before we get into the video, I'd like to remind everyone to, of course, comment, like, and subscribe, and go follow us on our social media to become a Digigoon just like us. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Making their way from Digimon Cross Wars, we have our number 10 entry, Ten GREYMON.
This impressive Digimon is a fusion Digimon, so I guess it counts as a Greymon. Hey, it does say it in the name.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we picked it.
Yep. And for the parts of his fusion, we see Greymon from the 2010 anime, Male Birdramon, and Decardramon.
This design is just so awesome, especially with how we see each separate part coming into play here.
Yeah, especially with the tank treads coming from Decardramon.
And the wings coming from Male Birdramon, and then we have Greymon, the forefront, becoming the almost living weapon.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. He's like a pilot for a mech suit in this. It definitely gives off major Ripley from Alien vibes.
Alright, enough about Deca Greymon. Let's get into our 9th entry.
All the way from Digimon Frontiers, we have maybe the oldest Greymon, species-wise? Ancient Greymon is our number 9 pick for this top 10 Greymon list.
We put him there for a few reasons. One, because his design is pretty solid. Two, the story and lore behind him is interesting. And third is his attack names are just so fucking sick.
Dude, the attack names are sick, but first let's talk about his design. Ancient Greymon is almost like a fusion of a Goonimon and Burning Greymon, who sadly did not make the list. But hey, fuck it, he's an honorable mention. Shout out Burning Greymon, we love you, bro.
Back to the design. There's lots of elements of both Digimon there, and together they make this extremely dragon-like version of Greymon that not a lot of forms can really master.
Yeah, to me this feels like the most medieval dragon kind of Greymon, hence the name, Ancient Greymon.
I totally agree with you there.
Also, his lore, like we mentioned, is pretty sick as well. So apparently, dude is like a Digimon who only existed in the very distant past. In his wiki alone, it states that he has power that surpasses all megas, which is fucking crazy.
I mean, with a move called Gaia Tornado and a Mega Burst, you expect that from a Digimon like Ancient Greymon.
8th entrant on the list is basically if Omnimon split up into 2 Digimon, but made them carry a fat sword and a fat gun.
Isn't that literally just War Greymon and Were Garurumon?
Yes and no.
Anyways, our 8th entrant on the top 10 Greymon is Victory Greymon.
So I like him because he is quite literally War Greymon with a claymore.
That's true. The design is more or less a knight, so it kind of falls in line with Ancient Greymon if you think about it. While he's the dragon, we got Victory Greymon being the knight.
Wait, that's actually pretty sick.
Wanna know what else is sick, Ant?
What is it?
Our number 7 on the list. Zeke Greymon.
Ah, a man of culture, I see.
Yeah, this golden clad gentleman is so fucking sick.
Look at that shiny chassis. Golden with hints of silver. It really makes it pop, don't you think, Jeremiah?
Gold and silver are pretty nice looking, but look at those crazy claws in that blaster like can. I think that's pretty cool.
True, true.
Apparently, this dude is made of full-on chrome Digizoid, so he'll be tough to fight as well.
Yeah, and something I forgot to mention before is that, like most Greymon, he has a horn, but his is used for an attack, unlike many of the others.
That is an aspect I like about Zeke Greymon. He actually uses his big-ass horn. Ah, a classic.
Yeah, this entry is such a cool debut, and it really makes this Digimon such an awesome hard hitter.
Exactly, that's why number 6 on the list is Metal Greymon.
Like I said before, the debut after the Pyramid fight, to being the first ultimate the OG Adventure Crew got, Metal Greymon is a beast.
He looks like a beast too. Those broken looking wings and the mechanical parts growing on him along with the dope claw is so sick.
I think the only detracting thing is his special attack. It's the titty missiles, and that's a bit lame compared to the trident claw thing he can do.
Yeah, I will say that the missiles from his chest as a special is kind of lame, but overall I think it makes sense, especially considering the giant metal tank vibe they're going for here.
Yeah, that's true. I still don't really like how it looks, but it does fit the overall vibe.
Alright, now it's time for the top 5.
The best of the best in Greymon design and aesthetics.
The first champion we really see Digivolve in the OG Adventure series, Greymon, is the number 5 entrant on the top 10 Greymon list.
If you're asking why, allow me to clear up the confusion. This design just immediately feels like an evolution for Agumon. It is the most logical next step for an evolution, but it also plays with the base design of Agumon and makes Greymon look so goddamn cool.
That enormous horn skull, the exaggerated claws and teeth, the blue stripes to make him look bigger. This is a perfect design that shows off what Digivolution can do.
Even with the design, he has some great attacks as well as moments in the anime. His debut against the Shellmon attacking the group was amazing. It left such an impact on me, and man, don't even get me started on Mega Flame.
Literally just a giant fireball and a better pepper breath, but like the name is just too cool.
Alright. Let's keep this list moving. On to number 4.
Dark Digivolution is always a fun ass topic, but let's talk about the original Dark Digivolution. And our number 4 spot is Skull Greymon.
A giant dinosaur skeleton with a missile on its back? Every kid's dream all wrapped in one.
Dude, when he first appeared in the show, it was such a shock, but it really did make the moment feel really intense.
Yeah, from Tai being a dick to Greymon to evolve, then finally the reveal, it's a very scary moment that's always stuck with me.
And I do think our deciding factor, other than the story relevance, is his design just goes so hard. Like, he literally has a pulsing heart in the middle of his chest and a missile attached to his spine.
Both the heart and the missile definitely tipped the scales for both of us. That's why I would say that it got the edge over base Greymon.
Yeah, same goes for me.
Sounds like it's top 3 time. The Plasma Shooting Gunner, Blitz Greymon, sits pretty in red at number 3 for us.
His crimson body is so unique to see on a Greymon design. It really feels so different from most of the stuff we have seen on the list.
Agreed. It has such a unique design, and it even follows that Greymon kind of through line of human-esque mega levels.
I think some of the other cool things to note about Blitz Greymon's design is that it still keeps the iconic looking hair and helmet that we see from the other Greymon lines. Albeit with some small changes, it is really cool to see. Also, he just has gun hands.
Gun hands are pretty badass.
Especially when they shoot out lightning and plasma.
Dude, especially when they shoot out literal lightning and plasma.
Most Greymon have been fairly grounded with their limited wings and such, but this one is literally a light dragon. Shine Greymon is the perfect fit for number 2.
Shine Greymon gathers energy from the sun to fight, so if you really think about it, this guy could probably fight Superman. But, on a more serious note, this solar-powered Greymon is literally straight heat in the design department.
Yeah, he has a very holy-like design fitting for his light typing.
Along with that, he has a really clear kind of Holy Knight design, especially when he summons his Geo Grey Sword. This sword also literally holds all of the power of Gaia.
This guy's a real hard hitter, and his burst mode adds even more to that as well.
The Fire Sword and Fire Shield really add that much needed pop to the design, and it adds so much to an already badass design.
Finally, our number 1 spot, War Greymon.
The armor-clad, crest-bearing Dragon Warrior War Greymon is a tried and true pick for our number 1 spot.
Terraforce alone basically makes him my favorite. Like, it's literally a spirit bomb.
See, for me, I'd say it's his claws, the Dramon Destroyers, which apparently help him kill Dramon Digimon.
It really is just a solid choice for number 1. He is quite literally the embodiment of courage that almost every Greymon needs to carry.
War Greymon is courage. To me, he is the courageous warrior that Agumon wanted to be, and that everyone needed him to be.
So that wraps up our first official top 10.
Yep, if you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe.
If you guys disagree with our list, remember, it's just an opinion. So be sure to leave your list in the comments below so we can all share our top 10 Greymons.
I think it's time we wrap up here.
Goons out.